Hi everyone, I'm Alessandro Sigismondi and I'm starting a new series that is called Behind the Clip. Many of you have seen this video that I've shot with the amazing Francesca Golfetto. All the videos that you see on my channel are shot with cameras, sometimes DSLR, mirrorless, video cameras, whatever, but always like actual cameras. And I shot this on a phone. I've always been a little bit snobbish about shooting with a phone. I don't know why, honestly, because I'm not snobbish about anything, but this is it. But now that I started, I want to do more like that, just because it opens so many possibilities. The point for me is not so much which kind of camera you use when you're shooting. If you're using a big cinema camera, if you're using a video camera, if you're using a DSLR, a mirrorless, or if you're using the camera of your phone. But the point is which kind of mindset you have when you're shooting. Yes, because the point is a lot of stuff that is shot with a phone, at least a lot of stuff that I see, it's done in a way that it screams, I've been shot on a phone. And that's not good. I mean, it's okay, but I mean, if you want your content to get noticed, plan your shootings. I will use an example, a video that I just posted with Francesca Golfetto, because that video, it's all about planning. Imagine, I know Francesca from Instagram and we wanted to shoot together since 5 years probably, and but it never happened for one reason or the other. And then finally it comes this technology that allows us to shoot together even if we are not together. She was in Oslo, her home, I was in Turin, my home, and I had a phone, she had her phone. With an app that is called Close, we could work together. So how this is possible? Basically, the app let the photographer control the camera of the model's phone. So you can see basically what that camera is seeing, and you can change exposure, you can save pictures in RAW, and do all stuff like that. You just have to download the app, create a room, then you say that I'm a photographer, you decide if you want to save on cloud or on the model's camera roll. I suggest model's camera roll because of connection. Okay, send an invitation. Let's try with my wife. Hi Paula! And then you just go and shoot. Done, that's all. That's why I don't want to make a whole video about explaining how this app works. When I posted Francesca's video, everybody was asking me, how have you done it? So I say I used an app, so everybody's thinking, not everybody, but I mean many people think, oh, there's an app that allows you to have all these different angles and whatever. No, basically this app allows me only to use her phone or remote. That's all. All the rest, it's not because of an app. It's because of planning. What do we have here? We have a video that is planned somehow. We have a starting, we see her opening the curtains, and so we planned this, and I said, okay, you position the camera here to do that, and she did the action, I showed it twice, so we positioned the camera twice in order to be able to do this. And then we have different angles, so basically she repeated the sequence with the camera positioned in different ways. It's very cool if the talent would repeat the sequence like 3 or 4 times, but these 3 or 4 times you shoot it from different angles, you shoot different scenes, and then you mix these things together. Try it and then you let me know. So we see this scene that is in front of a window. We tried it twice. We tried it first with the curtains closed, here. It's the way Francesca usually shoots her photos and videos. And then we say, okay, let's change the scenery. So we used this other background with this light that was coming from the window, that is the same window actually. Notice, we haven't used any additional lights. The only light is the one coming from the window. So if you see the phone is suffering a little bit in low light, we have a little bit of color noise. I mean, it's not a big deal, come on. And then we also did a couple of close-ups. Here, I think close-ups always add something. Just a couple, I didn't ask her to repeat the whole sequence just for close-ups, but we planned that and say, hey, let's put some close-ups. And then something that I really love, it's the top angle shot, having an aerial shot, whatever. So usually I use a drone for this, but I mean, we didn't have a drone, we only had a phone, I mean, her phone and my phone from home to monitoring and, pressing record. And, but luckily in her house, she has a staircase. So, in some way, with the phone on the staircase, we could add this perfect top shot. So I think with this different shot, the video, got more interesting, and it doesn't really look like a video shot with a phone, even if it's shot with a phone or remote. And then another thing is colors. Look at the colors, how they are when they're coming from the phone. This app doesn't allow you to shoot in RAW or C-Log, so I mean, you stick to the settings of the camera. So it's very colorful. So what I did in post is making the image look less phone, screaming less, I'm being shot with a phone. So I tried to desaturate a little bit to keep the colors, the skin tones a little bit more neutral, and this is the result. And then music. Music is so important. I'm using always Epidemic Sounds, but it's a great library. I highly recommend it. I think this piano music really fit these moves. Maybe also because Francesca used to be a ballet dancer, so that's why I got inspired to use the piano. And that's all. Once you have all these things, you have all the ingredients to make a video that can look a little bit more cinematic, a little bit more interesting than something shot with a phone. I will make other videos, maybe with I show like cool movements on a gimbal or whatever. This is like stationary cameras on tripods, I mean phones or tripod, and I did all the movements just in post, shooting 4K and then cropping, delivering the footage in 1080. But I mean, I think for now, I hope I gave an idea of how we can shoot something even just with no cool movements or whatever, just the stationary cameras and just a phone and on remote, and make it look interesting. I think that if you start keeping these things in mind, everything is achievable. It's been a pleasure to be with you today. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it yet, please, and see you soon. Ciao!